Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This fictional short story is called The Christmas Party from Hell. The following are words I've seen in print at least a few times, and as a sort of New Year's resolution, I'd like them branded in my brain so they can be summoned as appropriate. Well, in that it's Christmas Eve, I'm going to use each of those words as part of a story about a family Christmas party. I'm sure you'll grok, that is, understand. My family dragooned, means forced, me into organizing the Christmas party. I agreed so I could expiate, that is, make amends, myself, or at least propitiate myself, that is, appease, for spending little time with them. I Googled Christmas party to get ideas, hoping to educe, that is, create from a model, something that combined elements from the best parties. I had to start by creating the guest list. Who first comes to mind is my redoubtable, that's intimidatingly impressive, aunt. She rose from secretary to VP and at age 69 did a 2-month peregrination, an extended wandering, through Europe. Unfortunately, she now has ataxia, which makes her unsteady. Still, she exudes puissance, a powerful, in-authority air. I can't believe my aunt has stayed married to my bibulous, alcoholic, husband, to my bibulous alcoholic uncle. He never met a drink he didn't like, even eggnog, as long as it spiked. I really should abjure, swear off, alcohol. Then there's my parvenu, suddenly rich, cousin. So what if he helped develop a better video chip? His stock options are now worth $2 million, which he's never shy to point out, and he'll no doubt come bedizened, gaudily dressed. His taste is louche, decadent and flashy. At least he's not odious, lazy. Then there's my grandmother. She's so factitious, phony. She has nothing to say, so she gives lots of fulsome, insincere, compliments. Her sear, dry, skin is as arid as her mind. My father's okay. You can always count on him for a few epigrams, a short, clever remark. I remember when he mentioned Oscar Wilde's I can resist anything but temptation. But he can be a little arch, using mildly annoying humor. Last but not least is my brother. He's vainglory, conceited, thinks he's noetic, intelligent, but is agonistic, argumentative, and pertinacious, foolishly persistent. He will never admit he's wrong. I'll bet he'll try to arrogate, take over, the whole party by adumbrating, outlining, his hoary, tired, worn out, tendentious, foolishly controversial opinions. He'll launch into some exegesis, that's a critical look at a text, about the Wall Street Journal. He says, in a recondite, hard-to-understand way, to try to intimidate us. He's an epigon, that is a copier, trying to imitate Barack Obama, but he's no Obama. I'm too much of a poltroon, coward, to traduce, that is badmouth him in front of everyone, so I'll just discomfit him, that is make him feel uneasy, by just ignoring him. I'll bet the group will subject him to colloquy, disgrace. He's such an arrant, extreme boor. I cannot imagine the party will end up irenic, peaceful. Of course, in addition to my kin, I'll invite my kith, close friends, even some whom my brother would consider the hoi polloi, commoners. I wanted to create a special ambiance, something numinous, surreal, divine, effulgent, radiating light, maybe coruscating, sparkling, like a disco ball, or lambent, subdued, a bit tenebrous, shadowy, or even ignis fatuus, glowing, mysterious light. But how to reify, instantiate, make real, that vision, maybe candlelight? The gibbous, not quite full, moon should help. Now to the food. I'd like to get rid of that cheese. Let me smell it. Ugh, it's noisome, stinky. And there's mold on it. It's practically suppurating, forming pus. My neighbor's got a great apple tree. Maybe I can beg, some from her. I'll get some garlic dip. It's sapid, full of flavor. And I'll get scabrous, bumpy and coarse crackers, so the dip will stick to them and not end up on the floor. I'll put them apposite, that is, next to each other. I can't feel guilty about sneaking a celery heart. I'll just have a moiety, one of 2 equal parts. Maybe if I put the food on a salver, a fancy serving tray, it'll look more impressive. I'll add some pied, that is patchy-colored, napkins to make it look more festive. The tradition is to do it comme il faut, per tradition. Champagne and hors d'oeuvres, during which there'll be some persiflage, teasing banter, cachinating, annoying laughter, and a bit of gamboling, frolicking, followed by the terpsichorean, dancing. But the cynosure, the highlight, will be the tossing of the frangible, breakable. usually champagne glasses into the fireplace, followed by singing carols. I'll need some help. My friend Joe is always complacent. He likes to please. He's practically a myrmidon, does whatever I say. I never have to chivvy, repeatedly ask him, let alone importune, forcefully beg him. Okay, now I'll create the rota. Who'll do what and when. My back was killing me, so I took a Tylenol as an anodyne painkiller. I stood on the balustrade, a railing supporting spindles, as the doorbell rang, the start of what I feared would be a parlous, dangerous event. It started innocently enough, lots of palaver, empty small talk, and cant, language repeated meaninglessly. My grandmother, kept saying to everyone, "Happy, happy, how happy we're all here! Merry Christmas, Happy New Year!" The usual reaction was rictus, a forced rigid smile. After hearing that a few times, I deliberately chuffed, exhaled noisily, in hopes that would shut her up. My show-off grandfather launched into a demonstration of his extensive graduate education. A cognate looks and means the same thing as a word you already know. For example, gratitude in English means the same as gratitude in Spanish. But I digress. I study ethology, the behavior of animals. For example, our pelagic, ocean-living birds are actually autochthonous, native to the coast. Some of their nests contain an integument, a hard coating. Others tessellate, a pattern using identical shapes, like a honeycomb. Some seafarers claim that such nests are sibylline, containing secret message. Not to be outdone, someone else asserted, my philosophy is teleology, explaining actions by their results. A microbiologist joined the bragfest. Did you know that a prion is a misshapen protein that causes certain diseases? A guy who worked in a tire factory had to chime in. Did you know that to make rubber hard we use a process called vulcanizing? A hairdresser asked, do you know the classic ballerina hairstyle? When everyone looked blank, she said, a chignon, a more elegant version of a bun. I could take it no longer, so I escaped, with my friend Joe to get another glass of champagne. When I came back, I overheard some serious conversation. For example, that my friend Mary was deracinated, uprooted, because she had to move to Boston to care for her elderly mother. My uncle, already yawing, swaying, burped, the first of his solecisms, inappropriate behaviors, but the first improvident, rash, remark was when my brother actually told my mother, have you gained weight? She remonstrated him, called him out, with angry eyes and a moue grimace. Then my brother brought up the presidential election. As usual, his pitch was sophist, filled with falsehood, including statistics I knew were wrong. In his too formal way, my uncle gainsayed, that is, contradicted him. My son, I fear you're trying to cozen, lie to mislead us. My father was less restrained. He animadverted, openly dismissed. That is an invidious statement, resentful. His Philippic rant ended with an imprecation, a damning curse. You know, I wish you were dead. My grandmother said, Merry, Merry Christmas and Happy, Happy New Year. Anyway, that's called The Christmas Party from Hell. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And certainly would welcome you taking a look at any of my 34 books. Perhaps most relevant is A Dose of Reality, but all 34 are on Amazon. Just go there, search on my name, Marty Nemko, and you will find more than you can stomach. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko. And oh yeah, and I wish you a good Christmas or however you spend the year end or whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate. Anyway, bye.